CT, I hear you on the track.
Shut up, this a baby.
CT, I hear you on the track.
Shut up, this a baby.
top. There ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show. What's good, y'all? Welcome in. We are back. It's been a while. What's up, Andrew? Oh, okay. He ain't ready yet. but welcome back, y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining. It's been a while. There he is. What's good, brother? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. What's going on with you, brother?
I'm good. I think I'm rested enough, right? I kind of hit the ground running anyway, but rested enough, man, from that conference. You know what I mean? Trying to get back to the swing of things. How about yourself?
Yeah, that's always the case with the conference. I felt the same way. I was coming back from taking my mom to the store, and I was just thinking about the conference, and I was thinking about the kind of the vibe that I was feeling, and I was like, man, it feels like we're about to level up. It's like a lot of stuff is about to change. We're about to run, and we're going to get a lot of wins coming. So my thought process was, I was about to put a video in a group, just saying, hey, just keep grinding, get prepared, because a lot of stuff is going to start coming down the pipe for a lot of people. So you need to be prepared for the elevation that everybody's about to take. And that happens after every conference.
I'm telling you. And to me, it was something about this one in particular. I can't lie. Like, it really felt like a different type of chemistry between everybody that was there. You know what I mean? So now I'm with you 1,000% on that. So how you feeling? First time on stage, right?
Yeah. That was my first time. I mean, on that kind of a stage. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I thought so I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous, but after I got into a groove and I was talking about something that I was passionate about, I didn't even realize what I was just talking.
There you go. It just flowed on it. All right, bet. I just realized there's people on here probably know who the hell we are and what we doing. So let's go ahead and get this thing started right. So first off, I am AJ Simmons. Oh shit, let me get some better light on for y'all. You want to go ahead first, actually, while I fix that?
Yeah. Well, I'm S. Andrew Lewis. I am the owner of Squeaky Clean Commercial Cleaning here in South Carolina. I'm also the founder of Clean Success Academy and Clean Success Staffing Solutions. I'm an automations kind of savant right now, I guess. I'm learning so much from it. And I got that way from joining AJ's Automations kit as a course. And I learned a lot from that. And I just ran with it and been able to automate my business in so many areas that has allowed me to kind of be able to do the things where we go to the CBN conference or handle stuff, for the family, go on vacations, because my business is pretty automated. So that's who I am.
That's what's up. And I am AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network, the Cleaning Business GOAT. And for those who don't know, I'm not the Cleaning Business GOAT because I built the greatest, biggest cleaning company of all time. I was given that title by several different people because of the way I've helped more people in this industry than anybody else. So that is why I am the Cleaning Business GOAT, and it's not self-proclaimed. However, since it was given, I will proclaim it. I own it. All right. So welcome in, everybody. We appreciate everybody for checking in. Drop down in the comments where you're checking in from so we can shout you out. We can know who watching us, who rocking with us today. And also, drop your questions. More than anything, me and Andrew love to just give back and help. So whenever y'all got any questions, drop them below. We here to talk about automating your cleaning business. However, if it's cleaning business related, we got your back anyway. We got nothing else better than to do but to be here and answer your questions for this quick hour, right? And we try to go up to an hour. If we don't, it's because y'all didn't ask enough questions. All right, so there's that. And so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and make the few shout outs that I do see, and as y'all come in, we'll do that. So shout out to Manny B. Based. I believe that's what that is. My guy checking in from Durham, North Carolina. Let me go ahead and throw you on the screen there. We got Adalex08. I think I said that right. Say, yo, AJ, Adrian back from Detroit. Shout out to you. I appreciate that. What up, though? Andrew, my new cigar buddy. What's up? What's good?
Yeah, what's going on?
Absolutely. Look, one thing about it, whenever you come to down, I already know we're going to cigar bar.
So. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I appreciate it. Yep. All right, cool. So back to all right, man. So today we're going to talk about cleaning business automation. And basically, to break it down, when I say cleaning business automation, I'm talking about how to automate your cleaning business. And when I say automate, we talking about what Andrew was just alluding to, where you can literally go chill in another state, smoke your cigar, and your company keeps running because it's automated, right? It keeps going whether you there or not. All right. So we break that down into 3 different ways in order to do that. One, you got to get your lead generation coming in, because if you don't got customers coming in automatically, like nonstop, like a faucet, you turn on, turn off when you're ready to grow, you ain't gonna be able to automate. 2, we do subcontract. We tell you how to actually bring in quality subcontractors to actually clean all of those buildings. Because if you keep getting all these buildings, all these leads coming in, and you closing on these deals, you got to have somebody to clean it. And if you're automated, you can't do it. All right. So we make sure we show you how to do quality subcontractors and get them going and onboard them in the right way. And speaking of onboarding, that 3rd step is automation. All right. We got to show you how to make sure that you build those automation systems inside of your software and the CRM software, something that actually automatically onboard your subcontractors, automatically onboard your new customers. The list goes on, all type of stuff, right? So we show you the employees as well. But now, so you want to make sure that you have those systems in place, so that way, and automations in place, so that way you can get what we all really came to business for, which was freedom, right? Financial freedom, time freedom. We just want that freedom, all right? So a couple more shout outs, and then I'm gonna jump to Andrew. Who said, actually, I skipped one. Shout out to Jared, showed up at the CBN conference as well as my guy Adrian, by the way. Appreciate that. Jared was at the conference checking in from Fayetteville, Georgia. Appreciate Jared checking in. All right. Kenya Lou says, hey, AJ and Andrew, Kenyatta College Park. I believe that's supposed to be Park. Georgia, love the conference. Meeting wonderful people. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate you. All right. My guy Billy McPherson was there on the online version. He said, checking in from Wichita, Kansas, representing Wichita Pro Cleaners LLC. I would like to say thank you to both and the CBN group. That conference inspired me to get out there door to door. Let's go. Let's get to it. I love it. So Andrew,
yeah,
we're gonna start back. It's been a while since we did one of these. So we're gonna kind of rehash this a bit because some people might not know this. Tell us about why you decided to get in the automation program in the first place. And when I say automation, when I say automation program, but it's called Cleaning Business Automation Program, and we're probably going to change it to Kit here shortly, but we'll see. But that's what we're talking about. All right, my bad.
So the reason why I really got into the automations program at the time was I was realizing how much time I was wasting kind of doing everything by hand, doing everything manually, trying to remember everything that I need to do, because at the point I didn't have all of my systems written down. Right. So I was like, okay, I have to remember to do this. I have to remember to do that. And what happened was I started getting more accounts, and I was trying to get out of actually doing all the work because I was getting so many accounts. So I needed to put people in it. So I needed to come up with something or a way of actually having it run without me having to do so much work all the time, because it would literally take, from me doing a proposal, it would take me, over an hour or so to do it, because I had to come up with the numbers, I had to create the proposal, I had to create the scope of work and all this other stuff. I was literally just doing one right before I got into this call, and I'm almost done. And it'll probably take me about 10, 15 minutes. But it was getting into the automations, it allowed me to systemize everything so that things automatically happen without me having to actually physically do it. I can have automations that actually send out messages, send out emails, respond to people. I can quickly create proposals. I can quickly create estimates. I can communicate back and forth with clients in reference to feedback and stuff like that without me actively having to do it. And I learned that from the automations program. And from that, I was able to build other things just off of the information that I learned from the automations program.
Love that. Now, you said what I heard is basically the main thing that made you want to get into that automation program was the fact that you wanted to do less work. And quite frankly, it was like, I got a lot of stuff. It's taking me too long to do simple things like proposals, for example. So with that said, you clearly was able to get what you came for. So what made you go a step further and start? Actually, before I ask you that, I want to ask you this. Do you remember roughly about where you were as far as revenue with your cleaning company when you got into the program? Because, a lot of people wondering well, how big do I got to be to even get the program? So do you remember roughly where you were?
Yeah, I was right around, I was teetering around 100. I don't really like numbers, but I
Yeah, I
was
know.
figuring at 6 figures, right?
Okay.
So let's say 6 figures is $100,000. So I was right in that kind of plateau, right around 1 to 120.
Yep.
Right. So now that I was able to get into automations and being able to set that stuff up, I've actually doubled that. So I'm in the twos now. In
Okay.
reference to revenue, this number sounds good to a lot of people, but
Right.
there's expenses and stuff to go along with that. So do understand that.
For sure.
Yeah.
So with that said, then, so roughly, let's just say 10 to 12 grand a month, somewhere around there.
Over that, probably
15.
17 to
Oh, damn.
18,
So
something like
you
that.
was pretty sizable then by the time you got in there.
Yeah.
What with that said, okay. So with that said, though, when you got into the program, do you feel like it was how I'm trying to find the words, but basically when you got into it at that level, did you feel like you were too big or too small to implement the information that you got from the course?
I thought in the beginning it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
And the only reason I thought it was overwhelming because I didn't understand everything about it. But once I learned how everything worked and how I could make it work for my company, customizing it specifically for what I needed. No, it wasn't difficult at all. It wasn't too much at all. It's just understanding. And you have to get to the point when you're doing automations. You have to see the big picture, the ultimate goal of what you want to happen. And then you have to know, okay, well, how do I want from point A, how do I get to that point, right? So basically figuring out what each step in your system or your process is, and just putting that into your automations, making it happen in automations. I love it. I do realize that without automations, I probably would not be able to do what I'm doing. No, not probably. I wouldn't be able to. It would be too overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right. So now it's not overwhelming. It's actually pretty easy.
Let's talk about that. So what are you doing now because of the automation program? Because
okay. All right. So I'm bringing on more subcontractors with more accounts. I just had a walkthrough. I had 2 walkthroughs yesterday. One I'm more than likely going to get. The other one I've already gotten.
Okay.
Just because of relationship with the client. So I'm able to do that. But all the while doing that, I'm still doing workflow. I'm doing proposals. Took my mom grocery shopping earlier. I went to check in on some subcontractors that we just brought in because the client that we have, when we actually do the common areas of the apartment complex, she has about 15 apartments that need to be turned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll move out clean, end of tenancy cleaning. I personally don't like doing those anymore, but I have a team that I brought in that I want to kind of test out to see how they do. They wanted them, I put them in it, and they're actually doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Normally, I would have to do that clean. And if you've ever done an move out clean, they're time consuming.
Yeah.
Right. So that's 4 hours out of your day that's gone if I have to do it myself. I don't have to do it myself because the automations show me how to get quality subcontractors. I'm able to automate the onboarding of them. So it's quick, fast, in a hurry. I give them this subcontractor agreement, their contracts, their contract for the actual account, whatever it may be. I send that to them. They sign it automatically, electronically. All this stuff is done. I send them the link to do direct deposit. I send them everything, and it all happens automatically. I don't have to sit there and take a lot of time remembering, okay, I got to do this next. Right. Get my little sticky note. I got to do that next and keep going. So, yeah.
But now what I want to do from here is I'm going to give an overview of exactly what each section covers. And I'm going to talk about lead generation. Then I'm going to talk about contractors, how to get those. And then I want you to go into exactly like what are automations? What are they? Why do we need them? All of that. All right. So first I'm going to jump in and I'm going to say you like this. So look, in the automation program, like I told you, there's a course that comes with it. We call it a program because we do coaching with it, right? Now, we might make some tweaks here shortly. We're still discussing it. But the way it works is the reason why it's a program and not a course because it has a course, but it comes with coaching as well. So that makes it a coaching program. Okay. So we meet every month. We review everything in it. And then 2, we constantly update it nonstop. Every time Andrew thinking of a new idea, he giving out game, letting us know. Every time I get something new, giving out game. Like not too long ago, we just did a new AI training. Like I learned how to do AI agents inside of the CBN CRM. I said, bam, let's do an impromptu live. When are y'all ready to do it? Then we came on. I showed everybody how to implement AI in their company. And that's only for automation people, right? But in the course, we break it in 3 modules. First module is lead generation. So in that lead generation module, you are going to have, I'm going to show you how to generate lead lists. Because a lot of y'all are like, okay, AJ, you say cold call. Where the hell we get these lists from in an efficient way? Because nobody want to just keep going to Google. Got you covered. And I'm going to show you multiple different ways where you can generate leads on your own. As a matter of fact, if y'all wanted to, you could do this. I don't recommend it, but you could literally fill the list because people be selling lists and a lot of y'all be buying them. I'm like, why would you do that when you could just go to these places that I know about and go get them on yourself? And by the way, 2 of the places that I tell you about are free. All right. And then the other 2 are not that cost. They don't cost a lot at all. So that's the first thing. We got a whole database of every business in the country. So you just type in where you're located at. You can even draw on a map and say, find me businesses in this area, but not this area because of the hood, and then go around it and pull up a whole list of businesses in your area. All right. Next thing I'm showing you how to do in that lead generation module is I'm showing you how to hire quality virtual assistants too. We call them VAs. So if you hear me say VA, I'm talking about a virtual assistant for the new people. All right. And so it's like, we all know for the most part, everybody don't know, but most people know these days now because I've been talking about it for so long and I would drop little nuggets here and there on these lives and stuff. But most people know about Upwork, right? Upwork.com. And so people think, well, I'm just going to go up there or I'm going to go on Fiverr and I'm going to hire these little VAs and I'm just going to do what AJ said. And then they try that shit and then it don't work. I know somebody right now that been paying VAs just month after month after month, just blowing money. Don't even know what to tell them to do, how to what, nothing. Just blowing money. I know other people hired them, fired them, hired them, and just quit and just stop doing it altogether. So that's why we say come through the program so we can show you how to get it, where to get them from. Because I don't use Upwork personally, but you could if you wanted to. And I'm not used to using them. But anyway, so that's what we also show you how to do. We show you how to hire the VAs yourself. And then, by the way, if you feel like you still don't trust that, then Andrew does have a new company now, staffing solutions company for virtual assistants. So you can even go there. Like we make sure we cover all bases for y'all. Right? But anyway, so I'm showing you that in the lead generation module. I also added email marketing to it. And not only did I add email marketing, but I actually created a funnel. I built it for you, literally. And it has a built-in calculator for residential and commercial. You plug it on your website. And so it's a funnel. So you can create your own domain name for it. So let's just say your company name is Wichita Pro Cleans, right? WichitaProClean.com. Well, what he could do is do WichitaProClean.com/quote. Then you link that /quote link to your funnel. And then that funnel will have literally this built-in custom calculator that I built for y'all. You just come in, all you gotta do is plug and play. Put where it says logo here, you put your logo in there. Where it says at the bottom, copyright, just add your company details at the bottom. It's very, very simple. And if you want to change more, you could. But the calculator itself is already there. You ain't got to touch that. All right. Your customers can go, or potential customers can go on your website, click that link, put in their details, and get a quote right on the spot. And we got the fine print for you, letting them know, hey, this is an estimate. We still need to see the property in order to, finalize your actual price. And we purposely made that calculator bid a little bit lower than what you probably would bid, just to help you get in the door and get that walkthrough, right? But I know a lot of people wanted that, like, damn, how can we, quote them on the spot, et cetera, et cetera. We got you covered. And then for those who don't want it to be a little bit low, because that's how I like it, because I think that's a good sales tactic. But for those who want to, like for a residential, might want it to be the actual accurate amount and have them book online, we can customize that and do that for you as well once you end the program, all right? And speaking of, once they get that quote, if they decide to move forward, I even got the funnel so damn set up so nice that they literally will get taken to your calendar right in your CRM, and you just book the walk. They just book the walkthrough, and then all you got to do is show up. And this is all from you not even opening your mouth. You could be in a bed. They on your website, fill out that form. Bam, they got a quote. They walk through, and you just show up, smell good, look good, smile, and ask them good questions, close that deal. Simple as that. So that's all module 1, all right? And there's more stuff too, but I'm probably forgetting. Module 2, everybody struggle to find them good subcontractors. I show you what to do. there's a particular way, and I kind of hinted at it at the conference. I hinted at it all the time out here. But it's just one thing that only automation people know, all right, on how to make sure that they're more quality than any other subcontractor out there. And it's a particular way that you got to do it. So I show you how to do that in the second module, in module 2, and subcontractor master. All right. So that's what that second module is all about. And obviously we got the paperwork forms and what you need to have them doing. And I forgot, Andrew even got us automations for that, where it's like you got the subcontractor agreement already in there. It's going to onboard them and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to stop there and let him talk about the third part, which is the automations itself.
All right. So just to kind of piggyback off of the first module where you were talking about how people can go in and, request a quote from you. While I was at the conference, I got a notification that someone had actually filled that out. They had filled it out, got a quote, and scheduled an appointment for me to do a walkthrough with them. And that was the walkthrough that I went through yesterday, which is the proposal that I was doing today.
Come on, man.
Just while I was at the conference.
And this is a commercial.
Yeah, commercial.
Come on,
and,
y'all.
And all I did was follow up just to make sure, because it didn't show up on my calendar. So I just followed up with them just to make sure. And she was like, well, yes, I scheduled it for this day at this time. If that time doesn't work for you, we're free. And I was like, nope, that's the time we're going to have it. We went down there and did the walkthrough on yesterday, me and my wife, and I'm doing a proposal now. So when I get off of this, I'll be sending a proposal out to her.
That's amazing, bro. You way out in Florida, chilling, smoking cigar, and getting new leads just from your website. So now we ain't got to keep doing outreach marketing. Now you got people coming to you. That is a beautiful thing. Do you mind sharing how much that opportunity is worth?
Right now, it's a small boutique, so it's probably right around $200 a month. They only want like bi-weekly, so it'll probably be a little bit more. But I'll get money. I'll get extra. I'll kind of upsell on the initial clean, and then kind of recurring floor care. So it'll bring that price up to right around $300 a month. It's small, and it's something that it's in the area of other accounts that I have. So I have a subcontractor that I can just put her right in there to give her more accounts in the same area. And
so you talking about what, $250 a month times 12 months in a year? That go to $2,500 right there. That covers the cost of the damn program every year, just that one contract. So now you just keep getting more of those, and not just those big ones, small, whatever you want to get. You know what I mean? But it's like, because I try to put that into perspective, because some people just, all they see is, well, it's going to cost me this. It's going to cost me this. No, it's going to make you this. Right. It's an investment. It's not an expense. This is an investment. But go ahead. My bad, bro. You can even get started.
And just even more, just something to kind of put in people's head is, I didn't cold call this person. This person was referred by the other client that I had in the area. So she referred this client potential client to me. She went to my website and everything, looked me up and did all of that. So I didn't do anything other than do a good job with my client.
Nice.
That's all I did. All right.
Come on.
So just a little bit more on automations. So onboarding your subcontractors can be kind of, nerve-wracking, hectic, stressful. You're not really knowing everything that you need. All of that information is in the automations course. AJ breaks it down to you very simply. Learning how to kind of weed out certain people, kind of quality subcontractors, because everybody says they're a subcontractor, but everybody's not a legit cleaning business, right? You have people that are just wanting to work for you. They have no aspirations of becoming their own business or anything like that. So AJ teaches you all of that, how to kind of weed out the people that they're going to end up being a problem in the future, because, if they don't have any investment in, and I'm going to be very careful what I say, if they don't have any investment in their own business, they're not going to have any investment in your business. If they're just working with you just to work for you, then you do better with getting people that are a little bit more focused. So in the subcontractor or in the automations program, we teach you how to onboard those people in a smooth, kind of an easy transition. Everything's automated for the most part. Every now and again, you may have to do a little tweak, like adding a tag to help the automations move to the next step, because you don't want things to just go right through. You want to make sure that each step is kind of calculated. You could put people in place to kind of do those things for you, which is another thing that's being taught in the automations program, bringing on virtual assistants. You can use those virtual assistants to help delegate certain tasks that you would normally do, which further takes you away from having to work in the business, and you can work on your business, right? A lot of times, and I think I said this in the conference, we get into business to get our time back. But what we don't realize is when you initially get into business, you lose your time because you're so focused on growing and building your business. Now you're fighting to get that time that you were trying to get in the first place back. How do you do that? You can't do that by working in your business. You do that by working on it. And the only way to do that is by automating.
Yep.
Delegating and automating.
Simple as that. And I want to get you to go down a list of some of the different automations that you pre-built for them. Okay. Once they get in the course. But before you do, I'm going to go ahead and get this question. And I want to say shout out Instagram because I be forgetting y'all watching over there. So appreciate y'all checking in over here too. If y'all want to drop questions, I'm going to start checking back over here. And Facebook, anybody on Facebook? No, nobody watching on Facebook right now. All right, cool. So real quick, my guy, shout out to Mahar. Check out his channel as well. He got some interesting stuff over there. He said, just got in. Actually, here's the question. Bam. What is the main things I need my subcontractors to have? You need to have them to know how to clean, right? That's the first thing. And you need to have them trained. But you can't train subcontractors, now can you? Unless you know the trick that AJ showed them in that automation program. So that's the first thing. But you know me, I'm going to give you some more practical things. I ain't going to just tell you keep getting the course, because you should. But if you don't, actually, I think he said he might have got it. I don't know. But anyway, I just wrote this down, actually, because I'm coming up with something new that I'm about to drop as well to help with what Andrew got with the VAs. I'm going to go ahead and do something for the subcontractors. But anyway, so first thing I would say is just make sure that they actually legal to work as a subcontractor. So yes, they can use their social security number as a sole proprietor. However, if you happen to get audited, wouldn't it be better if they had an EIN number? So stuff like that, like make sure they set up to be running as a business. That's one thing I would say. Second thing, like I said, we got to make sure they know how to clean, and you got to have a way to know how to train them. I'll show you that inside the program. And then the third thing I would say is, actually, I don't got to say that one. But yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, they sign a W-9. Basically, every single thing that you got to give your customer when they sign a contract with you, that's what your subcontractor should be giving you. Proof of insurance, LLC documents if they need to see that. What else? Your sales, if your state requires it, your sales tax documents. You know what I mean? All of that basic stuff. But yeah, just whatever you provide to your customers, they should be providing it to you, really. All right. Drop y'all other questions to whoever got them, and then I'm going to go back to Andrew. Now, if you could, off the top of your head, you just name some of the automations that you already built for them. So when they get in the program, they'll literally have these automations built for them inside the course, and then, inside of the CRM. And then in the course, you show them how to actually use it and what each one is, so they don't be lost looking at it.
Okay. So some of the main ones that when I put a poll in a group about what they would want to know about automations. So some of the main automations that are in there are onboarding your new clients, right? That's an automation that's in there. Onboarding your subcontractors, right? That whole process that AJ was talking about, you can automate that entire process where, as soon as they come on board, you do an interview with them. I do my initial interviews through Zoom. I do the kind of on-site interviews at the site. So once I move them along in the onboarding process and say, okay, yeah, they're good, it'll automatically put them in another workflow, which will send them information that we're going to need from them, right? Like, all their documents and all that other stuff. Also sending them links to sign up for the software that we have them use for scheduling, so that they know what is available for them. Also for our direct deposit, so that we can pay them, because we pay them a certain time, and we let them know already beforehand with each account exactly how much they're going to get, so there's no confusion, right? Mm-hmm. The other thing that's in there, and it's a lot. Like I said, I probably have almost 100 and something workflows. So many that I've actually forgotten that I've actually done.
Right.
Learn something new and I'll just do it. But one that I like a lot is the reminder workflow, right? So when somebody schedules something with me, whether it be, a discovery call, mentor call, or whatever, one, I have it set up that it automatically is linked to Zoom. So when they schedule the appointment, it sends them the link to the Zoom interview or session, right? So it automatically gets scheduled. It automatically gets sent to them. It goes to my calendar. What it does is it sends me a reminder. It sends them a reminder 24 hours ahead, and then an hour ahead, and then 10 minutes ahead, right? So you get notifications, so you can't forget as long as you pay attention to, the notifications. So that's one thing that I need because I live by my calendar, right? I live by my calendar. So, all the time I have something pop up. Oh, you have somebody scheduled an appointment, somebody scheduled this. I can't remember all of that. Right. So I get those automatic notifications because I have that workflow or that automation set up.
I want to unpack this real quick. So with let's just say the customer onboarding automation. Mm-hmm. Why is that important, and like what steps is included in that? Because I know somebody, to the uninitiated, they might listen and say, "Why I need to automate that?" Like, we just sign a contract and I go in there and start cleaning. But explain like what are some of those steps and why it's important to have that.
Yeah, so and I created that because of my experience of things that I kind of had issues with or I would forget to do. So when you onboard the client and not really onboard, when you get that contract, you're just excited to get started, right? You decided to start it. You have to remember, okay, now I have to set up my team. Who's the team going to be? So you set a reminder or a notification. All right, set your team up for this account, because depending on, when you start the walkthrough, when you submit the proposal, who knows how long it's going to be before they sign the contract and get ready to get started. Right. So the people that you initially intended to kind of have set for that account may not be available now, right? Because you can get a proposal signed or whatever, and they start that same week or the next week, but you can have some that take 6 months. Right. So it gives you notifications to let you know, okay, you need to set your team up. You need to get the client set up on payments, how the payments are, right? So you set them up in your system. You have to remember, okay, well, I use QuickBooks. You have to set them up in QuickBooks. You have to set them up on your schedule so that they know when their cleans are going to be, right? Initially, they'll say, all right, we want cleans, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That may not work by the time you actually start. So you have to have notifications or kind of reminders of what needs to be done. Another thing that we do is we do a kind of a pre-walkthrough or a second walkthrough, right? The second walkthrough is more of a familiarization, and normally we take our subcontractors with us for that second walkthrough right when we get the keys and all that other stuff, right? So all these things you have to either you have to have it written down on a sticky note or whatever, or you have to have that system in place. You have to remember to do all of that stuff. Yeah. Because if you're dealing with everything when you're that new cleaning business owner and everything is your responsibility to do or to handle, you're gonna forget stuff. So I have it set up so that it's automatically giving you notifications. This needs to be done. That needs to be done. Whether it be you doing it or your VA that you have assigned to that, right? Yeah. Because those notifications can go to me. I can send it to my VA to have them handle it, and I can be hands off, right? Yeah. All this stuff is happening, right? One after the other, automatically. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to have a desk full of sticky notes to try to remember stuff. Right. And just things like that. And then it just keeps going. After a certain period of time, say about a week or so, it automatically sends the client kind of a feedback form just to kind of see how we're doing, right? And if they say that we're doing well, then it triggers an email, which in that email, it sends them a review request, right? Yeah. So that review request, we have a link to our Google review, right? They'll click on the link and they'll send us a review. So it automatically does it. And it only does it if we get a good feedback, right? If we get a good feedback and they say we're doing well, then it sends to them. And if not, then I won't send it to them. Right. Who would do that? That makes no sense, right? Exactly.
And
You
it
know,
triggers
so
you to know, like, all right, well, let me go check on them and fix whatever wrong. There's
exactly,
clearly something wrong. I love it. And I'm gonna tell
exactly.
you my favorite part about that particular automation is that new what is it? That new client data
New
sheet.
client data sheet, yeah.
Man,
A lot of people didn't really like. Well, I won't say a lot of people. Few people didn't like that at the
yeah.
conference, but
Now that is
it is what it
beautiful. Why
is.
wouldn't you like it? Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't like it, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you why. Because like soon as they sign the contract,
Mhm.
now it's automatically gonna be an automatic email. And this email, even though it's automated, you got the custom tag already in there, so it's gonna say their name and make it look like it was special just for them. And then it's automatically emailing them, welcoming them on board to your company, thanking them for giving y'all a chance to get started. And then you sending them certain information about, whatever the case may be. And then, but you send them that form where they can complete and like let you know all of those things that we probably forget, right? When you go do
Yeah.
that new start, I call it a new start walkthrough, where you about to do that second walkthrough to go get the
Yeah.
customer started. But alarm codes, emergency contact, water source, whatever the case may be on that form, you got them filling all of that out, and now that's automatic. Like, to me, that is a super duper game changer, man. Because I watched somebody who just got started. Shout out to Terry. He had that automation going, and I didn't even know. I didn't even know, like, because you built it, right? So I didn't even know. And then he was like, "Yeah, AJ, the customer got this thing." But too, by the way, for y'all, so when we pre-build these automations and forms and funnels and stuff for y'all, all you got to do is go change it, though. You just change it to your name instead of our name, your email instead of our email. So we didn't change it from your information to his. So he was like, it was cool and everything. The customer loved it, but she was just confused on why it went to this thing because it went to your stuff. And I was
We're
like,
learning.
oh,
We're learning.
right. And so he figured it out, you know what I mean? So I had to show him, oh, you were supposed to update this right here. So it was so good, like, to see this is a brand new company and they looking like they're a fucking $1 million company, all because of this automation, man. So I had to point that out.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, and I mean, I just got it from you. It's something that you did, and I just redid it.
Yep, because you remember I had like a PDF back in the early starter kit. Yep, and it was a data sheet that onboard them or whatever. But when I saw you put in that automation, I was like, oh man, that's so much better, because guess what? That's a form that's in your CRM. It's automatically saved. You ain't got to go create no paper file, none. It's all in there. You just click on sites, go to forms, bam. All of the forms that they ever completed is already in there for that account. So I love it, man. Now, what else you got? You got new client onboarding. What's another one? What's another automation you got for them?
I have a lot, man. So my application. So with my applications for my subcontractors, I'm not gonna go too in depth into it.
Yep.
But in the application, I have them submit certain things to me so that I know whether I want to move forward with an interview with them, right? So within the application, you can actually sign right there digitally, right? You can submit certain documents. I ask specific questions to kind of get a feel for, whether they're a legit company or whether they're just someone that's trying to get a part-time job. So you have to, I have quite a few forms that are set up like that. What else do I have? I have to go through. Matter of fact, while I'm talking to you, I'm kind of
go for it. And I'm gonna do something that I forgot to do the whole stream, and that is to remind you to go to that little thing right at the bottom of your screen. See, it's www.cleanbizuniversity.com/automation. I just dropped the link in the comments. Make sure y'all get it, because y'all hear us talking about how great this stuff is and everything they can do. And I know a lot of y'all companies need it, but guess what? It doesn't have it. So get in it. All right. And by the way, when you get the automation program, you automatically become a Clean Biz Network member. You automatically get annual access with the CRM. Automatically is included in the price. You join Clean Biz Network private Facebook group and the Clean Biz Automation private Facebook group. We do monthly group coaching calls. Me and Andrew are on those calls almost every time. What else? The course itself, lifetime access to the course once you get it. I mean, what more could you ask for? I mean, what more could you ask for? So, and we always updating it. And two, we're gonna start by doing boot camps as well. So we're gonna start by teaching this in person again. And so, yeah, stay on the lookout for that, man. So cleanbizuniversity.com/automation. All right, check that out. You got it pulled up?
Yeah, and here's another one. I actually forgot I had this one. It's called. It's kind of like an cleaning issue reporting form. So what happens is, and it's kind of going to piggyback off of something else that I'm working on building. I'm talking about VA right now on creating it. But this form right here, it's going to be placed in a portal, right? So this form can be used for if there's any issue going on within the facility, they can just go to this form, fill it out, let us know what issues that may be going on, and they can take pictures and upload those pictures. Say, for instance, they forgot trash or they didn't clean in a certain area. Well, the client is going to be able to send an issue report electronically right to me, and it'll go to me, it'll go to my VA, and then I'll be able to kind of look at it and then send it directly to the subcontractor that's handling the job. So that's something that's automatic. And this is going to be something that's going to also be in and I got to give kudos to Almetric, because I thought about doing it. Then Almetric brought it up, and then I was like, well, let me reattack this, because I thought, oh, like, maybe this isn't a good idea. But when she brought it up, I was like, okay, I'm going to go forward with it. So it's a client portal, right? So one thing that kind of sets you apart from other cleaning companies is the ability to communicate effortlessly, right? A lot of issues that people have with current cleaning companies is being able to let them know that they have an issue, and then them fixing the issue in a timely manner, right? So it's because they're not answering their phone, it's going to voicemail, they're not calling people back. There's a whole lot of factors that go into it. But if you have it set up where the client can communicate with you any issues that they're having, and then you make sure that it gets accomplished in a timely manner, you'll keep that account. No client wants you to be 100%. They don't think you're perfect. They just want you to fix the issues that they have. So this is a form that I have created that's going to be in a client portal. And in the client portal is going to be a whole lot of other stuff. I'm not going to bring all that other stuff that's going to be in there, because it's just going to be for automations people, right? It's going to be for them when I create it. But it's going to be a game changer, right? It's going to make you look. It's going to make you look like, the big dogs. Is going to make you look like the franchises. Nah, you're going to be better than the franchises.
Better than them, yeah, because they don't got this stuff. And I remember one time I had seen a cleaning company. They created an app. It flopped, but they created an app just for that. It was an internal app. They didn't put it out to the public to get, but it was for their company, and they was giving it to the customers, and they was asking the customers, download this app, and you can communicate with us on that. And at the time, I was like, that's dumb. Just text us, just call us, just email us. But what you just said, that's actually a huge, good ass goddamn point, because you're right. Sometimes we turn our phone off. Especially as the salespeople or point of contact, we turn the phone off. We on D&D, they can't get to us. But if you've got a form like that where they can just fill out, submit whatever the issue is, and now you set up a notification within the company, you can have that go out to multiple different people. So maybe that one contact that they used to contact and didn't get it, but maybe the cleaner got it themselves. Maybe your wife got it. Maybe your husband got it. Maybe your assistant, your operations, your sales, whoever, but somebody saw it, and now they can get whoever out there as soon as possible to fix the issue. So now that's a huge ass point. I love that. So when can we expect that upgrade?
Probably before this is my birthday month coming up. So go me. I'll be 50. Before the end of the month, I think before the end of August, I'll definitely have it. And here's a cool thing about it. And somebody actually said something like this in the CBN conference. So if you weren't in the CBN conference, you didn't. What I said was, it's not necessarily who's on the stage, it's the people that are in the room that's going to change how you kind of elevate your business. The information that you're going to learn is going to be from the people in the room, not necessarily on the stage. Now, I was on stage. You should have gotten a lot of information, but the people in the room, that's where you get it from. So they were saying a QR code, and that was an idea that I had. You could put a QR code up anywhere. And if there's an issue, say, for instance, put it in the bathroom. You could put it on a magnet or anything like that with your logo on there. How are we doing? Right?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep. You scan that QR code, the form pops up, you fill out the form, you press submit, it automatically goes to you, just like that. That's
and we got QR codes in the CRM, y'all. You could literally make, come on, man. God damn. God damn, I ain't even think of that one. That is huge. I love that. Okay. Damn, I don't forgot. I was about to say something else, but I forgot it. Shout out to Elementary checking in, though. We were just talking about you, bragging about you, CBN family. All right, well, we ain't got questions. Let me check Instagram though first before I say that. All right, let's see. Shout out to Zachary Jones checking in on Instagram. Who else we got? PNW Facility says, "Hey, bro, thank you for all the input on the cleaning business. Appreciate you. I'm going to be tuning in more so I can make the next one. Appreciate that." Shout out to we already got him already. Checking in from Seattle, Washington. We got Div something. Div FemT. I think that's how you say it. Peace Cleaning Family says, "I don't see the link." Oh, my bad. Hey, y'all go right here, Instagram. And actually, I don't know if Instagram lets you click the links or not. Let's see. Post. There you go. Yeah, it ain't clickable over here, but you just go to cleanbizuniversity.com. You'll see it at the very top. All right. I got a question coming in. Shout out to our metric. And then you said, how do you make the QR code in the CRM? I forgot off the top of my head. You remember where to go?
Okay. Yeah. So the QR code, if you go to sites, and then where you see the websites, the funnels, all of that, the far right, you'll see QR codes. If you go to far right QR codes, that's where you'll see it.
Perfect.
And you'll just assign whatever QR code you want. It's really easy. And if you need me to show you how to do it, I can do a quick video for you.
Yep.
Not a problem.
And then I'm actually saying, what's considered a basic cleaning and commercial cleaning? So to be honest with you, that's defined by you and your company, honestly. Yep. But for me, right, for my standards, it's basically wipe down, mop, trash, vacuuming, dusting. Am I forgetting anything? That's it. And then obviously bathrooms is included in all of that. And then like with your dusting though, you're not dusting every single surface every single time. So you got high dusting, that's included in a basic clean to me. So, but it's just, we ain't gonna do it every time. We might do it once a month or every other week or something like that. But you just got to figure out which things are going to be every service and which things are going to be monthly. But if you follow, I think I got it already set up in the proposals of what the standard should be. If I don't, I definitely show you what it is inside the starter course. So I would say go back and review that part because it's like certain things that I wouldn't do every single time. But that's hopefully that answered it quick enough, well enough for you.
Yeah. And here's another thing. I don't like that question because I've experienced that question from other clients.
Yeah.
Well, I want a deep clean. I want a general clean. I want a basic clean. That's subjective, right?
It is. Yeah.
Because what they think it is and what you say it is different. That's why whenever I do a walkthrough or whatever, I have them specifically tell me, what do you want done in this room? Yep. What do you want done in that room? And I'm recording it all. I'm recording all my walkthroughs so I can go back and kind of review it in case I forget anything. Because what they think it is and what you know it is, completely different things. Right. And then they are coming at you. Well, I would think that, that's not what the scope of work said.
Right.
You know, I had a church guy do that to me. I thought I would think that this would be included. Well, that's not what we said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that. All right. I had somebody gave me a good idea. You said something just then, and it made me think of this. I was thinking about putting it together. This ain't got nothing to do with automation, by the way, but I'm putting it out there. But I got this little thing, right? It's like a little mini recorder, like you can put it in your pocket, and it records and it goes and it connects to your phone. Okay. I've been thinking about doing like a super advanced starter kit or something. Matter of fact, automation starter kit.
Yeah. Oh.
Automations kit. But we put this in it, right? So that, because a lot of times we want to record every walkthrough, and that's easy to do if you got two people going. But if it's only one person, it's hard to walk through, note down everything they talk about, make small talk. That should be a lot. So I was like, you know what? What if I just include one of these in the damn kit, and then once you finish this, you can upload it to your CRM. Because by the way, CRM also has a media area where you can store all of everything, documents, videos, pictures, you name it. It's just like Google Drive. Actually, it connects to your Google Drive too. But I don't know, just a thought that was on my mind, and this was sitting right here. And then when you said record that walkthrough, I'm like, damn, we combine that with the walkthrough feature we got, man. So automations, it's endless, man. I swear to God. But anyway, I'm gonna stop right here. I don't like no questions. Heat is coming in, so I'm gonna stop here. You got any last things you want to say to Andrew before we wrap it up?
No, I think I'm good. But the main thing is, if you're not automating, you're not elevating. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Right. Straight like that. And I did see one more person say it. They said checklist for customers. I love how y'all are manifesting these ideas. Facts. Literally. You know, that was the one thing. If anybody asked me how I feel about the conference or anything for that matter that I've been doing, that's it. The fact that, like, damn, I'm doing alchemy out this motherfucker. Like, this is my idea in real life. Manifested. Like, come on now. But anyway, what were we going with? I was about to say something and that threw me off. Oh, checklist. She asked about checklists. So in commercial, it's not necessary. I never did checklists. Some people do though, and they give it to their people. But your checklist is made up of your scope of work. So when you put a proposal together and send it over to your prospective client, there's going to be a page in there, and I show you it's already in the template. I show y'all how to do that when you're in the program. But it's going to be a template in there that got to do the scope of work, how often you vacuum and how often you mopping, et cetera, et cetera. That's your checklist right there. So if you want to make one, just basically copy that and put it in the janitorial closet or whatever for your workers to see. That's what that is. That's how I'll answer that. She said, I think I got my first client on my client portal, Andrew. Let's get it.
Awesome.
Let's get it. You gotta educate us on that.
Yes.
That's a good thing about automation, man. It's almost like a like open source AI. Like you can keep adding on to it. Like you a prime example. Like I gave y'all one thing, showed y'all how, and then you went a step further and started actually building things. Now she going a step further, building some things. Like ain't no telling how many more people will keep coming. And we just keep making this thing better and better. So I appreciate it. But I'm gonna stop there, man. I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. I am the cleaning business GOAT. Been doing this shit for so long, helping people all over the world start, grow, and scale their cleaning companies. Y'all appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you go to cleanbizuniversity.com/automation and get in that automation program. What you got, Andrew?
Also, I'm Andrew Lewis, Squeaky Clean LLC here in Columbia, South Carolina. Also, the founder of Clean Success Academy and Clean Success VA Staffing Solutions. And it's time for payroll.
Man, to the top, ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.